Alright, so now I'm ready to get into the meat of the project. I'm ready to take the engine out of my Volkswagen and get it ready to put into the Jeep. To make sure the engine is in good shape, we did a compression test on it last night. It runs strong. It hasn't given me any troubles, but just to make sure, there was some underlying issue I didn't know about. The compression test showed all 4 cylinders were good. The specs say between 363 and 450 psi is normal. All 4 cylinders were from 418 to 430, so they were within range, actually towards the top end of the range, which is really good for an engine with 290,000 miles on it, especially with the type of work this engine has done. We had to remove the fuel lines to get to the glow plugs, to pull them out and use the glow plug port to test compression. When we did that, of course, air filled the fuel lines and now it won't start. If you've ever replaced a fuel filter, or maybe you haven't yet and it's something you're going to do, the simple way to bleed all the air out of the systems is to crack the line on all 4 injectors and then crank over a few times until you see the fuel start to squirt out of the lines, and then tighten them back up and it should fire right up. It's real simple. Take your 17mm wrench, loosen all 4 lines. They'll probably be a little tighter if you've never had them loose. So you crank it until you saw the fuel squirting out of the lines. Tighten the lines back up. And it should fire right up. So, that's one thing down. In the meantime, I've also been stripping accessories off of the vehicle that I had put on there previously. I had, of course, the Snow Performance water methanol injection system. I have a brake controller and some other miscellaneous wiring. It added up after a while. I also cleaned out all of the cubbies and compartments and glove compartments and got all the junk out, and there's quite a bit. But you never know when you're going to need some Bactine. Very good for cuts and scrapes. Knife, a little bit of poopery. That's handy. If you go to somebody's house, flashlight, air compressor, earplugs, disposable ones. Hey, I found some disposable earplugs, Greg, just for you. A poncho, another poncho, a receipt from where your brother locked the keys in the car accidentally. Had to call a locksmith. Anyway, all kinds of junk. So, I will continue this weekend to remove the engine from the vehicle with the help of some friends, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, one more thing. It's always good to have a good manual, rebuild manual, repair manual when you're doing a project like this, or if you plan to own a vehicle for any length of time, it's good to have a manual. So I've got the Bentley manual for Volkswagen. On this model, it's a 2-volume set. One of the reasons is very detailed, and very detailed. Color illustrations. They even tell you the different layers of paint in the vehicle. Now I've got my Jeep Wrangler repair manual. It's not quite as detailed. It's black and white. They do, however, tell you which nuts and bolts to buy. So that could come in handy. Anyway, they both have wiring schematics, which is very important for this thing because I've got to mate the Volkswagen wiring to the Jeep and make it all work together. So that's the biggest thing for having the repair manuals, because they have the wiring diagrams. And the Volkswagen specifically is very detailed in that respect, so it'll come in handy.